Mga ate at mga kuya, welcome back to Kuya Puto's channel. I know it's been a while, almost 50 days since my last upload. Pasensya na po kayo for all of my followers out there, for all of my subscribers out there. Kuya Puto got busy with a different project, but I'm back. And I promise to continue being very consistent, uploading videos dito po sa YouTube channel natin so we can grow this as big as we can. So lately po, very popular topic. Marami po nagtatanong sa akin. Sinasabi nila, Kuya Puto, have you noticed the quality of life dito sa Canada bumaba? What is your take? For somebody who's been living here pretty much all my life, 40 plus years, ano ba napansin nyo? Totoo ba yun? Yun ang pag-uusapan natin sa video na to. Mga ate at mga kuya, kung bago kayo sa channel ni Kuya Puto, let me give you a brief background sa buhay ko para at least alam ninyo kung saan ako nanggagaling before I answer the question, bumaba na ba ang quality ng buhay sa Canada? Myself, my little brother, and my mom joined the rest of our family dito sa Canada back in the mid-80s. We landed as immigrants. Sponsor po kami nung dad ko. So, I pretty much grew up here all my life dahil bata pa po ako nung dumating ako dito sa Canada, right? So, to be exact, maybe 40 plus years, I've lived the Canadian life. I've experienced the Canadian life. I've lived the Canadian dream, so to speak. So, to answer that question, nagbago na ba ang buhay? Bumaba na ba ang quality ng buhay dito sa Canada? Iba po magiging answer ko. Iba po magiging answer ng iba. Dahil everybody's journey is unique, di ba? But for the most part, and this is pretty unanimous, karamihan po ng mga tao that's been here for a while, like myself and my family, would have a very different answer that is somewhat unanimous. Okay? But, like I said, depende po yan sa tao because their journeys are different, right? So, let's answer that question. Kuya Puto, bumaba na ba ang quality ng buhay dito sa Canada from your perspective as somebody who's pretty much been here all of his life? And my answer is yes. So, before you bash me, alam ko po maraming tao dyan will disagree with everything that I'm about to say or some of the things that I'm about to say. Like I said, this is strictly based on what I've experienced living here for 40 plus years. Your experience might be different, but what I'm about to tell you, like I said, is pretty much unanimous with a lot of the residents that's been here for a while. So let's start with population. Nung pong dumating kami dito sa Canada, walang masyadong tao. Wala pang masyadong Pinoy. No, there's Filipinos here and there. There's ethnicities here and there, but predominantly puro puti. And it doesn't really matter where you go. You can go downtown. You can go to the rural areas. You can go to subdivisions. Wala po kayong masyadong makikitang mga tao-tao. You know, it's not that busy. Yes, you know, there's people. It's not that busy. There wasn't as much people as there is now. Ngayon napansin ko kasi, if you go to any location within the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, it's congested. As in, it's congested. There's people everywhere. And you know what? That's a given because Canada is a growing country. But I've noticed po in the last 5 years, things exploded just a little bit. Let me rephrase that. Things exploded a lot. Okay? And it's just, to me, it feels very congested now. So many people will think, sabi ni Kuya Puto, dati walang masyadong tao, ngayon sobrang dami, problema yan. That's not what I'm trying to say, guys. What it is, somebody politically, they're claiming, allegedly mismanaged the immigration policies. Kaya biglang sumabog ang population within the last 5 years. And unfortunately, biglaan, Canada was not prepared. So yung pagsabog ng population in the last 5 years, Madaming negative byproducts yan eh. And it all contributed, in my opinion, okay, to the downfall of the quality of life dito sa Canada. Ano ibig sabihin ng Kuya Puto? Can you explain? So, number one is healthcare. Biglang sumabog kasi yung population, like I said, in the last 5 years. Yung healthcare system natin was not prepared to accommodate. Kaya marami pong magko-complain ngayon, sasabihin nila, uy, my God, I have to wait 24 hours to get a doctor's appointment or to get looked at the emergency ward sa hospital. Or if meron akong sakit, ang hirap makakuha ng doktor or ang hirap makakuha ng appointment. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm about to say. Common po ngayon yan. And there is some truth. There really is. Because isipin nyo, the current healthcare system that we had that worked for a lot of people is now overloaded because of the unexpected boom explosion in population, di ba? So may katotohanan po yun. And another one that is a negative byproduct of the population boom is traffic. I hate traffic. You know why? Because I am driver sweet lover to my wife, right? I have to drive her everywhere. And now everywhere you go, traffic. It doesn't matter what time of day. It doesn't matter what day it is. It doesn't matter what occasion it is. Kahit saan ka pumunta, expect travel time to go up. And I hate that. Nung isang araw, I had to go drive Mrs. Mendoza to Toronto. Downtown Toronto because she had to pick something up. Dati po nung araw, maybe takes me 2 hours for the whole entire trip. Back and forth. Alam niyo kung gaano katagal ako nagda-drive? Kung gaano katagal ako nakaupo sa kotse ko? For that Toronto trip? 6.5 hours, guys. It's crazy. Nag-drive ako sa Toronto, which I did many, many times before. Ngayon, there's like buildings everywhere. There's condos everywhere. There's like high-rises everywhere. I almost did not recognize it. And I grew up there. Okay? Tapos, yung kotse, ang dami. Traffic everywhere. Stop and go, bumper to bumper. Marami nagsasabi sa Pilipinas, diba? If you travel 10 kilometers, it'll take you like 3 hours. We're not there yet, but I think we're getting there. It's crazy. So long story short, I had to go exit to get to downtown. Bumper to bumper traffic. No parking. People everywhere. Congestion. Everything just felt congested. And I hated it. Okay? To get back to the highway from downtown Toronto should only take me 10 minutes at the most from where we were. It took me 2.5 hours because congestion, bumper to bumper traffic, and the millions, if not billions, of people, parang mga langgam scattered all over the place. It's crazy. So yeah, traffic is a big negative. Why I think quality has gone down, but there's more. Dati po, nung bata ako, walang masyadong homeless. They still exist. They're still here, there, and everywhere. But, there were services that catered to help the homeless people. Those services are still here. But like I said, because of the population boom, those services were not equipped to handle the influx. Tapos ngayon, tignan nyo sa Toronto, they have areas where they set up tents. Yes, it's unfortunate. But you know what? It's part of life, right? Some people, nakakaganon talaga sila. Anywhere you go, yung population ng homeless people spiked. Ngayon, almost everywhere. Not just Toronto, even outside. If you go to the GTA, Greater Toronto area, like surrounding cities around Toronto, makikita nyo sa sidewalk, makikita nyo sa mga parks, makikita nyo sa mga benches, like, everybody pitching up tents and dun sila nagtitira. It's unfortunate, The services that was available before, they're still there, but they are so ill-equipped, they can't keep up with the numbers because it's one of the results of the population boom. So yeah, Ngayon, mas madami pong homeless dito sa Canada compared to before. So guys, because of the population explosion in the last 5 years, yung cleanliness ng Canada na apektuhan. Nung pong bata ako, everywhere you look, it's clean, it's pristine. You'll never see garbage on the ground. And if you did see garbage on the ground, people would pick it up and put it in its right place. Ngayon, it's slightly different, because it seems like some new people, they don't want to accept Canadian culture. They don't want to assimilate into Canadian culture. And they seem to continue the behaviors na meron sila before they arrived into Canada. I hate to say this, but it's all over TikTok. It's all over social media. It's all over Facebook. You'll see shorts. Makikita nyo itong mga short video clips exhibiting these types of negative behaviors when it comes to cleanliness. Meron po akong nakita. I think it was on TikTok, or I think it was a Facebook reel. I'm not sure. And it describes perfectly exactly what I'm talking about here. Meron pong newcomer. And meron po siyang hawak na Tim Hortons cup. And his friend was filming him, di ba? And he pretended to trip. And nabitawan niya yung Tim Hortons cup. And it fell on the side of the highway where they were filming. And he just laughed. You know what? That's littering. That's illegal. And nobody should be promoting that idea to anybody that's living here in this beautiful country. Because pinapakita po nila, oh, you know what? I can litter anywhere. Nobody cares. I can litter anywhere. Alam nyo, dati wala pong ganun. Everybody followed rules. Everybody followed policies. Everybody was more than happy to help with the cleanliness because eto po tirahan natin, di ba? But it seems like a lot of the newcomers, they refuse to accept Canadian culture, which is why ganito po nagiging resulta. It's sad, but it happens. Another point that I want to bring up kung bakit feel ko na the quality of life in Canada has gone down is the housing situation dito. Dati po, hindi naman ganun kamahal eh. As in, things were affordable. I understand inflation, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it reached ridiculous levels right now. And when I say ridiculous, I mean ridiculous. Dati po, pwede kayong magrenta, affordable, kumpara dun sa kinikita ninyo. Ngayon, oh my God, I'm pretty sure it's no big secret. Kailangan magtrabaho kayo, 2 jobs, maybe even 3 just to afford rent. Forget owning a house. Forget having a mortgage. Ibang usapan na po yun. Rent lang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. Ngayon, in Toronto, you're paying close to $3,000 for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. Kita lang ng tao dito, magkano? Average salary ng Canadian, I think it's like $56,000 or $60,000 a year dito sa Ontario. Tapos, renta mo, 3,000. Isipin niyo yun, guys. Dati, hindi naman ganyan eh. What people made on average is aligned with how much rent was being charged. Ngayon, everything is off balance, right? Like, who can afford that? And that's the result of the population boom. There's more people out there looking for places to live. Kaya ganun, tumaas ang renta because supply and demand, di ba? That's why we have a lot more homeless people now. Unfortunately, that's the result. So dati, meron pong balanse. Ngayon, it seems like that balance is gone and I don't think that balance is ever coming back. I hope it does, but it's not looking very good. So, isipin niyo yun. Basic necessity, like a roof over your head. Even the food, okay? Napakamahal po ng groceries ngayon dito. It's no big secret, Itong topic na to, it's been beaten over and over and over all over social media. Cost of living is stupid crazy high. Mga tao, they choose to move to places in the middle of Canada, like Alberta, Calgary, Saskatchewan, like those kind of places. But even there, tumaas na rin po because, it can't support the population boom just like that. So everything needs to readjust, right? And readjusting means everything goes up. So it's crazy, but you know what? That's why I think the quality of life dito sa Canada has gone down because people have to work harder. And as far as working harder, since I mentioned it, yung competition po sa trabaho ngayon, it's insane. As in, it's insane. Dati po, madali makakuha ng trabaho. Ngayon, since there's so many people here now, competition has become fierce. It's all over the news. Like something as simple as an entry-level job. Yung mga bata po dito, dati, including myself, pag summer vacation, we get these fast food jobs. We get these frontline jobs, entry-level jobs that make minimum wage, right? Ngayon, oh my God, it's next near to impossible to get one. Yung pong daughter ko, 14 years old, right? She said to me this summer, Daddy, I want to go work. I'm like, okay. So we started handing out applications. Back then, napakadali. They'll call you right away. Like Tim Hortons, McDonald's, Burger King, like places like that, grocery stores. They'll call you right away, because during the summer, alam nila yung mga estudyante, they're looking for jobs to make some extra money, right? Canadians. And then now, nobody calls you back. One position, there's like 20 people applying for it. All because, the unexpected population explosion in the last 5 years. And in that sense, things has become a little bit more challenging for many people. So guys, nung bata po ako, I felt very safe. As in very safe. Na maririnig niyo po, mga residents dito na matagal na, sasabihin nila sa inyo, there was a time when kahit yung pintuan ninyo hindi nakalock, nothing would happen. They would tell you stories about, iniwanan namin yung bisikleta dun sa front lawn and it was still there, nobody would take it. You would hear stories about, nakalimutan naming isarado yung garahe, the garage door. But you know what? It's cool. Nobody messes with anybody. Dati po totoo yun. As in totoo yun. You can leave your doors unlocked and nothing would happen. Now it's different. It's really different now. Safety is somewhat of an issue. And a lot of the old-time residents like myself, we feel this because it shifted. It really did. It shifted. Ngayon, things get stolen everywhere. Yung mga bisikleta ng mga bata, you can't leave it on the front lawn. People will take it. Minsan nga, kinakadena na eh. Ninanakaw pa rin. Okay? Your front door, make sure it's locked. Gone are the days you can leave it unlocked. Nakita nyo sa news, di ba? There's like a big string of car thefts in the Greater Toronto area or in Toronto. Sinasabi pa nga nila, you know what? Yaman nang nakawin nila yung kotse mo. Basta wag lang pumasok sa bahay ninyo. Or something like that. Stupid. But that's the reality na nangyayari ngayon dito sa Canada, which did not exist before. And as far as crime has gone up significantly. Hindi katulad dati. Dati talagang tahimik. When I mean tahimik na tahimik po. One can argue, sasabihin siguro ng iba, they just never reported it. But truthfully, yeah, crime existed, but not as much as we have now. Just like what I said, yung mga nakawan ng kotse, that's huge. Tapos, every so often, you would hear or see something in the news, somebody got stabbed, somebody got shot, somebody got assaulted, somebody got kidnapped. Lumalaki po ako dito. it's very rare that we heard stuff like that or we witnessed stuff like that. Now it's becoming an everyday thing. There's certain cities in the greater Toronto area where pati nga sa loob ng mall, okay, sa loob ng mall, sa loob ng mga tindahan, nagnanakaw sila like blatantly. Even with cameras everywhere. That rarely or never happened when I was growing up. So, kung tutuusin nga, when we were living in the greater Toronto area, nung pandemic, my daughter asked me, Daddy, can I go to high school here? Napaisip ako eh. Sabi niya sa akin, you went to high school here, everything was cool. Sabi nung bunso namin. And I had to tell her, you know what, honey? I'm sorry, but I would feel way more comfortable, way more safe if you went to school in Brantford, which is way outside, versus the greater Toronto area. And it's funny me saying that because perspective ko po kasi is coming from a parent. I honestly feel more safer if, she went to school outside of the GTA where things are a little bit more calmer. Not as calm as before, but a little bit more calmer. The government has legalized a lot of gamot na considered illegal dati. Okay? And they're everywhere. They're everywhere now. And it's legal. And you know what? Kung meron kayong mga anak na bata, you really have to educate them. You really have to speak to them and show them the right path. Okay? I'm not saying na yung mga gamot na yon is bad for everybody because I'm pretty sure, there's a group of people that would actually benefit from it. But the youth, we want to give them the proper message. That way they make proper choices. But those did not exist back then. Ngayon, every plaza, they have these little shops where you can get these gamot, right? I'm not going to say what it is, baka ma-demonetize tayo, but you know what that gamot is. It's legal dito sa Canada. And the government has even gone as far as yung talagang masamang gamot, they prescribe it. There's certain places where they get quote-unquote clean injections, right? Dito sa downtown Toronto, or safe injections they call it. And I'm pretty sure they exist somewhere else, like in BC. But those did not exist back then, Kailangan lang iwasan talaga dati. Alak, yosi, sugal. Ngayon, they added another component to it, which I think, in my opinion, has contributed to the quality going down ng buhay dito sa Canada. In the last 5 years, napansin ko po, yung mga baguhan, they don't seem to have the same, acceptance to Canadian culture. They don't seem to have, I don't want to say the same respect, but it seems like it for Canadian culture. Dahil marami po akong mga kaibigan from different ethnicities. I grew up with them, but they embraced it, just like I did, just like my family did. And everything's harmonious. No complaints, no nothing. But it seems like yung mga baguhan po ngayon, they refuse or they don't want to accept or they don't want to blend in kind of deal. And there's like certain cities in Toronto or the GTA where you can see this. And it's really unfortunate. Something as simple as, linya tayo lahat. Ngayon, meron mga sumisingit-singit na. Something as simple as, throw your garbage where they're supposed to go. Ngayon, tapon. Something simple as, huwag kayong magkalat, don't litter. Ngayon, it's different. I don't want to really go into that because, like I said, controversial yung topic na yan. And everybody will have their own opinion, right? So has the quality of life gone down? In my humble opinion po, based on my experiences living here for 40 plus years, comparing what it was in the past and comparing to what it is now, I can honestly say I've noticed a decline, a significant one. But you know what? It's still an amazing place. So, for all of those people out there that are thinking to come here, I'm not discouraging you. I'm just sharing facts. Without Canada po, I'll be completely honest, our lives, my life, my family's lives would not be the way it is right now. Canada has given us the opportunity, Canada has given us the platform, but it's up to you to make it great. And you know what? Just like what Trump said, Donald Trump, yes, sir. Let's make Canada great again. It's not impossible to change. It's not impossible to bring back the greatness that it was once. Okay? We just need to embrace. We just need to accept and we just need to respect. So sana naman guys, natuwa kayo kahit ng konti dito sa video clip ni Kuya Puto. And like I said, please don't bash me. This is just coming from my perspective as a longtime resident. And I'm pretty sure a lot of longtime residents out there, doesn't matter what ethnicity they are, would share the same sentiment as me. So this is Kuya Puto, guys, wishing you good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you is in the world. Stay hungry, stay humble, keep your hustle strong. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.